always tell the story because it's so influential to who I am as a human, how I came to the film industry, and how I picked up my camera. So my earliest memory of Star Wars is watching Empire Strikes Back with my mom in our apartment before we moved to the house that I really grew up in. And it's just flashes, really, all I remember. But I knew it was Star Wars, I knew it was Empire, and it's probably like the only, in the first 5 to 7 years of my life, the only real memory that I have. And up until that point, I was born in 1996, so I'm a prequel baby. After that, my favorite memory was Revenge of the Sith. It was that was also translated the first time that I remember going to premiere and understanding what movies meant to people and how important Star Wars really was. And it was something that was translating me from the time watching Empire to Revenge of the Sith to eventually to the point where, as we know, the Dark Times, not having any movies from Revenge of the Sith to The Force Awakens. And I was one of those kids that grew up, loved watching Star Wars. So the first costume I built was Kylo from The Force Awakens. It was one of those things in life, as I realized I see something I want to achieve, I want to do it, I'm going to find a way no matter what. And it was the same. I was introduced to the Kylo first through music because I love the symphony, the orchestra, and was attending a Star Wars night and then they were playing A New Hope. Saw all these guys in costume, was intrigued why they were there. They seemed to organize whole organization they were part of, and for a class that I was in community college for at the time, public speaking. Go out and see yourself, go out and do research on an organization that you can see yourself being involved in. That costume was everything to me because I never saw, I was never grabbed by something so strikingly visually before. So I love Vader's costume, love all the costumes, but there's something about Kylo's just struck me. My heritage, being an Asian American with the samurai-based influences, something special about it was like, that's the one I'm going to do. I don't care how long it's going to take to do it right. And then did the research, did the process, and it was much better of a learning experience doing my first costume on that level because it helped shape the rest of my journey into Star Wars after. I wasn't in a stage of life where I didn't know really what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, what my relationship with my parents were. And having those two combined things, resonated speaking to me in the franchise that I had an emotional connection to, were all part of the combination that decided, oh, I want to do Kylo. It wasn't just the costume that was cool. It was the character was something that I had connected to, and it was from Star Wars before. So I grew up throughout my childhood being super misunderstood because I was equally complex, and people really weren't going to take the time to listen until now, where I am, I can explain myself better. I understand why I am better, but during that stage, it was so many different layers of stuff I hadn't processed yet. Because I never had a sense of process with building a costume, how these different steps it takes, the community, why so many people were involved with doing it, having that sense of family, common purpose, understanding, and then the charity aspect was really why I was going. In that sense of, I would have never dressed up, never been interested in costuming out if it wasn't for the fact that you could take them costuming to charity and have that impact on, whether it's someone in the hospital, being able to take my costume, make their day, make their life by showing up and doing that, or just a convention, interacting with someone that didn't know you guys existed before, But now that you have this experience, the rest of their life has changed too. On top of The Force Awakens introduced me to Star Wars in a new way, the 501st in a new way. I realized because of one sizzle reel that was dropped at San Diego Comic-Con, the 3-minute 47 second one, that I wanted to find myself in film production. I didn't know why. Same thing like with choosing my costume. This felt was the right place I needed to go. So I went on set to take photos. Thought it was cool. Didn't really think of anything of it at the time. And that took about a year of, first half of the year we were shooting. Second half of the year was doing international marketing campaign. And put it to the side when things hit in March, pandemic. we all know how that went for everyone. And in the weird stage for me, it was me discovering what unit still photography was for the first time. Basically went out there, shot that event, and because of the photos that I shot, she reached out to me to say thank you, and here's a 5-minute call I'm willing to have with you because I was impressed by your photography. That's the side between unit photography, stunts, traditional PR, and how can I help you guide your career from where what was then to where it was now. And one of the first things that she did after we decided on unit photography, where our gut choice was going, was she introduced me to the manager of stills at Lucasfilm. And we had a 3-hour call of, this is what I hire photographers to do on set. This is how you get hired. This is what the process is. And I realized that all the things that my instructors told me that I couldn't do at the time were possible. I just didn't have the right people, didn't have the right personal experience. I'd say Star Wars is my priority because that's my love. That's how things started, and that's how things will end. Because our roots run deep in that world, that's how it always get back. But my film side, you have to be a student of everything to be successful in the film industry. Sci-fi as a whole is a passion. Superheroes as a whole is a passion. I will watch everything. I will study everything. Because you need to watch the good and the bad and everything in between to see how we got from here to here. And where this fits in the process and how I can keep on applying that knowledge from watching things to shooting. And it's just a cycle that goes back and forth again. Sci-fi is everything. It's defined my imagination. What I'm doing in my life now, what I think is possible is because sci-fi taught me, shoot for the stars. The stars, you don't even know what's past the stars. If it was someone, like say, not stereotyping here, but someone that grew up in a super religious family, their parents never watched the